Hi guys, this is Meg at Chasing Retro, and I'm back with another flip through of one of the 80s journals. I decided to go ahead and work through the rest of these tonight before I go to bed, just so they can all be out there for you guys to look at, and for those who have reserved them to see what their journal looks like. Okay, so this one is another oversized hardcover journal. I have named this one Jessica. It is made out of a vintage Care Bear large storybook, published by Parker Brothers, I think. And this one has four signatures, a total of 98 leaflets or 196 back and fronts. And as you can see, the signatures, like some of the others, are sewn with different color threads. This one also has a removable charm dangle. We have another little pony. This is a unicorn pony. A shoe, two Shrinky Dink Care Bears, a confetti-filled heart, iridescent butterfly, a little glass globe, cowgirl hat, pacifier. This is a Barbie brush from my collection. One of my Barbie roller blades. This is a little purse, like a Barbie purse. Here's a little acrylic heart, really pretty. This little glitter-filled flower charm. So yeah, that's removable. Just remove the key ring from, or actually no, this is the kind with the clip, the lobster clip from the book itself. And then this one also has a removable paper clip dangle with lots of fun things. There's gummy bear charms or beads and plastic buttons. There's another pacifier and one of those little spoke bicycle noisemakers. So fun. And this one is also tied with the rainbow blanket binding. Really pretty. All right, let's do the measurements. It's just like I believe it's just like the My Little Pony, 11 by 8, and it's a 3-inch spine. Okay. I left the end pages as they were because they're fully illustrated. We have a corner pocket with a ruffled shoelace right here, and then a label and a tag, 80s childhood journaling prompts, and one of those oversized Barbie flannel fabric journaling cards. And there's the Care Bears. They're introducing themselves in the front cover. Here's a double pocket. I have a yo-yo here and a fussy cut of a Care Bear on this side. All of the journals have these QR codes that will be super fun to explore and discover some of my favorite links and activities online. Care Bear playing card, fabric tag, and a journaling card with some 80s fabric at the top. This is a tag made from a Sesame Street dust ruffle. Sesame Street, listen to me. It's late. It's almost 11 o'clock, so I'm probably going to say some things that are not coherent. This is a strawberry shortcake dust ruffle, and I put red lace on this one, and a strawberry shortcake book page as an oversized journaling card. And on this eyelet, we have a little bulb pen with an iridescent jewel charm. I did fodder with some watercolors on some Babysitter Club book pages, and this is one of those, like a soft serve ice cream. They make me think of the 80s, like the Dairy Queen ones. This is an actual piece of ephemera of I guess it's a library card for Make Way for Ducklings. I'm not sure if someone just wrote that down or it just looks like the way libraries used to be before computers. And a birthday gift enclosure, an 80s trivia card. This is the cover of the Care Bears Party Cookbook, so I turned it into a journaling card. And this is one of those sheets for the Questron electronic learning pens. I don't think I had one of those, but I had friends who did. This is an ad for Kix cereal. Fun fact, I actually ate Kix for breakfast this morning. I think looking at all these has made me sentimental for things like that. A Barbie little golden book page. Kool-Aid dyed graph paper with a really fun 80s confetti piece, large confetti. Some of the sewing in these is, well, all different colors, but I did use a lot of hot pink. I ended up running out of it, but I love sewing with fluorescent thread. This is from a Care Bears bedtime book. This is rainbow stationery with rose petal place, fussy cut. We have some washi tape here, and a journaling card, and a Long John Silver playing card. This is a workbook page that's been filled out with the child's handwriting. Tracing paper. This is a Wilton yearbook cake book with princesses and Little Miss Muffet. Some pink lined stationery. Here's a stamp, an actual stamp, reissue in 1999, I believe. I was sent this in Happy Meal. And here's the Cabbage Patch Kid. This is one of my own personal outfits for my Barbie paper dolls when I was a kid. I shared these with you guys in these journals. And I have babysitter's notes and a big ideas journaling page and one of these little pieces of ephemera that would have been torn out of a book. Here's a Rita flip and a peach, purple, and green cluster. Wallpaper border, Mickey Mouse stationery, and a hand-drawn coloring page of Christopher Bear, whoever that is. If you guys know who Christopher Bear is, please enlighten me, because I don't know. I just found him at a thrift store and thought he was very cool. Muppets Take Manhattan, comic book page. This is Little People Dictionary. And this is the center spread for that. This is another piece of that really cool sequin tulle trim that I glued and then sewed down onto a strip of white and used it as an embellishment. Here's a tag from a Teddy Ruxpin storybook. This is from a JCPenney catalog with the canopy bed, and then a fluorescent index card. Here's some of the confetti tape that I made this week, and I made this into a ruffle, a page tab. Here's an ad for Play School Puzzles. Do you guys remember these? I remember playing with these exact ones at preschool. And so I put a fun preschool colored ribbon in there. And then a page torn out of a 1980s teddy bear journal. Not junk journal, but you know, a purchased journal. Babysitter's Club book page. And this is a tuck spot. It was an image out of a Ziggy cross-stitch book. Here's a little 80s inspired sticker. A cake with 3 little kittens on it. This label, the punched label, says "Like Totally." Be kind, please rewind. Little die cut, and then a fabric unicorn journaling card. Bedtime Bear. Here is a tissue paper cluster. This tissue paper has confetti in it. Here is a flip pad that's sewn down to a page, and it's got a Care Bear sticker, holographic paper on the top. Here's a corner pocket with some vintage lilac lace. Here's a shaker card. It's a little girl playing dress up. Adorable. Miss Piggy stationery. A teacher's note. And another teacher's note with Snoopy. Here's an envelope. Inside we have a thank you card. I think I found these at my craft reuse store. Little Miss Princess note sheet. And we have a sewing patterned journaling card with some trim. And then this is a table cover that I covered a tag with. And then I did some die cuts and sewed them down and put this cute ribbon in it. A belly band with some 80s, I think it's a vintage sheet. It's got this band across it with this decoration, and the rest of it was bows. This is from a book, like a Scholastic Book Club book about paper crafts, and Garfield stationery. And then this is from the Ziggy cross-stitch book. A Little Miss book. Clipped here we have a game card from Girl Talk, I think, and then my homemade kitten motivational poster. Coloring page / journaling page there. Here's the iridescent table cover again. This is a planner page from 1986. A fussy cut of, is this Birthday Bear? I don't remember his name. This is an actual sticker from Mrs. Grossman's. This is a Superman trading card. A quiz, oops, this is the answers. A quiz card and a Kmart photograph with the Blue Light Special quote typed up. Here is a very 80s double layer lace trim on the Care Bears story cover page. An 80s sewing pattern instruction sheet. Some confetti stars that I sewed down. And then here's a cellophane peekaboo pocket. We have a Holly Hobby crewel, and I guess it's called looped rug, or you guys have to help me remember what this is called. With Holly Hobby. Maybe a little earlier, but then 80s, but Holly Hobby sort of bridged the gap. Bridged between the 70s and 80s. So I had a Holly Hobby bedroom when I was really small. Here is a Poochie note sheet and an embossed little clouds. Isn't that not so cute? I found this at my craft reuse store. A piano instruction page with a primary colored cluster. Center is the back of a ledger, or a project planning sheet rather. And then we have a Sesame Street flashcard and a recipe for lime sherbet. I feel like sherbet was such a big deal in the 80s. I remember having it a lot, and my friend's mom would serve it to us a lot after school. Here is a Tinker Toy instruction sheet. A little cluster sewn down the edge. Another cluster here. New Kids on the Block trading card. A quiz card, and a My Little Pony. This is from a 1980s My Little Pony magazine from the UK. Also a Happy Meal gift from probably 2 years ago now. Fluorescent paper and a little tab. This is some more of the fodder that I made. These are my Memphis 3D geometric shapes. And here's my Memphis design card, quiz card, and a little playing card with a little rag doll. An adorable image here. This says Radical. Here's a cellophane ruffle. Clipped here we have watermelon Kool-Aid and another My Little Pony card. I love making these half circle pockets. And here's Muppet Babies Kermit. An oversized journaling card with rose petal place. I think her name is Orchid something. And then an open-ended color sheet and a babysitter's instruction page. This is a sewing pattern instruction journaling card, and I put a thread label here on the top and some fabric on the side. 80s wallpaper and 80s shelf liner. Here's a glitter pocket with a hot pink trim. I did a cluster with a Cabbage Patch Kid and some fun fabrics. This is from a magazine ad for Fisher-Price Toys. And this is a flyleaf page for a weekly reader book. And I put a Richard Scary image. This is from the Care Bears book. And this is a plastic tag. You can write on this with a paint pen or glue a picture on it maybe. Or just leave it like this. A double side pocket. We have an Uno card and an ET trading card. This is when he was watching Sesame Street, I think. And a peachy orange Rolodex card. Here's a Barbie journaling card with some 80s fabric. An 80s calendar page. And a cootie catcher. 80s gift wrap with a little whale tail tab. This is a page from a JCPenney catalog. We have peanuts, peanuts, peanuts. 3 different types of bedding. And here we have Holly Hobby and just girly stuff. There's a pink version and a yellow version. I really love the yellow. I had a canopy bed in the 80s and it was a double bed. I'm not sure why my parents gave me a double bed, but it was a lot like this. The post looked just like this. And my bedding was light blue with white stitched stripes. And I actually found that image in this catalog and I kept it to put in my own journal. I used that bedding for a long time. A little cassette tape stapled on the end of this flip out page. A Simplicity envelope with journaling spot on the back. Here's an iridescent ruffle with a strawberry shortcake page. Love this big image. Vintage or 80s, I guess. 80s Muppet sticker and a cluster. Big words for little people. I used a lot of the pages from this book among the journals. Really fun 80s-esque fabric flip with some strawberry shortcake fabric. 3 small pockets on this page. Bulletin board letter and a little tag. Precious Moments, Milton Bradley money. And a gift enclosure and a playing card. This is from a pattern book for clothes for Cabbage Patch Kids. Here's the founder or the inventor of Cabbage Patch Kids. And here is a ticket, a playing card of some sort, and an index card with lace and on the top. Here's a card with Kool-Aid cluster and Family Circus there at Disney World. And here is a cluster on the side. This is the top of a VHS of a Care Bears movie. And we have some sequin waist or punchinello here. A little bit of that faux leather, the holographic leather that I bought. And then a sewing pattern card, a vintage greeting card, and happy birthday gift wrap with Cabbage Patch Kids. Holographic tape, a stapled rainbow ribbon here, an 80s sticker, a cluster, a little critter book page, tiny book page, JCPenney catalog again. Here's a, I almost said noozle. Popple. Noozle was a Korean cartoon, I think. I used to watch that with my sis. This cute little tag with lightning bolts, and then a fluorescent cluster. Strawberry shortcake pocket. Piano practice page. The mall directory. A little tag with rickrack. And a sticker card that I turned into a flip pad. Here's an up-tuck pocket with a really pretty fringed rainbow trim and another piece of fodder. That's so 80s score sheet, a crib sheet, journaling card, and a flashcard about professions. I think it was one of those Scribblers brand flashcards. Some pastel striped ribbon. Here is a note sheet with an 80s sticker and a flashcard with Jeffrey from Toys R Us on it. This is awesome, and this is a tag made with 80s wallpaper border. Care Bears recipe book, 80s fabric tag, a vintage Epcot postcard, an actual birthday card from a Nana and Papa in 1981, and a Babysitter's Club note sheet. And there's Berenstain Bears. This is some sort of, it might be what you make a belt out of. It's somewhat stretchy. I just glued that down. And then here's a double-decker sticker portfolio, I guess. Cluster here. Some brayered combed paint with acrylic and some bright colors. Here's a gift wrap card. Here's a little, I guess it's like a little postcard, and then an ad for ravioli. A little Viewmaster sticker. Rose Petal Place book page with the seersucker heart tab. This is supposed to be Tinkerbell perfume. I don't know if you guys remember the Tinkerbell gift sets that came in a little clear round pouch with a handle. I used to get one every Christmas, and it had perfume, peel-off nail polish, talcum powder, and one other item I can't remember right now. Might be a little lip gloss. I love those. This is Right On. Cabbage Patch journaling card and a Ziggy gift wrap card. Yes and No quiz book. Computer paper. A cluster with a Walkman and some fabric and fibers. A to-do list. A Cabbage Patch lunchbox image. This is a book put out by Current Cards. It was just a little book about a bunny and his friends. I'd never heard of it, but I found it at an antique store, and I love the 80s pastel images. and the way that everything is anthropomorphic. I love that. Here's another one of the fodder pieces with a rainbow with clouds. A Barbie trading card and wallpaper from the 80s. I stapled these little glasses there, handwriting paper, some glittery tulle made into a ruffle, fluorescent cluster, lots of clusters in these. This is from Girl Talk Game. Just a little journaling card and a Smurf House journaling card. And this is a fussy cut of a little Care Bear helping dry off after a bath. Here's a fabric pocket, and we have some Barbie fashion. Ooh, I had her. I loved her. I had her too. You could twist her hair into these little, I think her name was Twist and Curl. I don't recognize this one. I had a friend who had her, but I didn't. I had a later version of a Dr. Barbie, and I remember her, but I didn't have her. This is JCPenney. I did have this gown, though. I had this shirt tails gown, and I think I wore it for like 4 or 5 years until it was like a mini dress on me. A birthday party invite. Little memo sheet. A holographic envelope with an index card inside. This is a 2-layer belly band with some trim sewn on the top and a party invite. A bustling full fabric pocket. This partly is why. This is a very 3D embellishment with all of this plastic in here, but it's supposed to look like a tape has come unwound. And then here's an index card with some 80s sweatshirt sort of bling attachments and the cover of a flashcard box and a dot matrix index card. Here's a Wuzzles journaling card, and this is a song from a book with the Annie songs in it. I wish I had found more Annie ephemera. I just didn't find anything other than this songbook. I was disappointed. This is a tissue paper ruffle, and that is it. That is the last page of this book called Jessica. Thank you so much, guys, for watching.